Well, Netflix is a big political issue in Hollywood these days. There's some people who love Netflix for shelling out a lot of money, allowing filmmakers to make movies that maybe big studios wouldn't make anymore, like Roma. But then on the other hand, there are people who criticize Netflix for not doing traditional theatrical releases, saying part of the movie-going experience is having people in a dark movie theater enjoying the real sound, the real images. And so that's the big debate, and we'll see, how the Academy comes up on that in the Best Picture category.
So Roma needed to play in those theaters in the US in order to qualify for an award nomination at the Oscars.
Indeed.
There are those who have said this is a ridiculous system in the era of streaming, and this is being pushed by not moviegoers so much as movie theater owners. Can this change? Can the Academy change the way that it decides what can be considered and what can't?
Well, when the rules were changed a few years ago in a nod to Netflix, there was some debate back then. I think we'll see in the coming years, BAFTA, the Oscar Academy, everybody reviewing those rules every single year, and there might be tweaks coming up in the coming years.
One of the other things about it was that essentially Netflix has not released any sense of how much money this film's made, and that's always something that from a business perspective is really interesting to see, the investment and the return on that investment for some of these bigger films, especially when it comes to the awards. We had the Academy just last year propose and then drop this idea of a best blockbuster, essentially, like favorite family fan movie. And I just wonder, when you look at the fact that Roma's not having to report its earnings, does that change the way that the Academy looks at these pictures?
Well, it would be the first time that a movie that was four-walled, as Hollywood calls that, basically not reporting box office, would win a Best Picture if it comes away with that award. So I think whatever happens this Sunday, there will be a lot of debate about this. I think people in the creative community are sometimes concerned about Netflix not reporting financials, because they want to kind of know what kind of financial return do these films have.
In terms of the movie theater industry, it's been under a huge amount of pressure, and year to date, box office sales are down 24%.
Yes.
How much can the Oscars themselves actually do to boost theater going?
Well, this year there are a lot of nominated films that were actually commercially quite successful. Black Panther, a lot of my friends saw, and a lot of them were surprised, tweeting me or emailing me and saying, "Hey, can't believe this is nominated. I love this film." So I think you've seen the Academy by expanding the number of nominees in the Best Picture category, boosting a little bit of the broader interest. But I think it depends. It varies from year to year. We'll see how it does this year. We'll see how much audience on TV this ceremony draws.
Now, coming back to Netflix, the film Roma is up for Best Picture this year, and if it wins, it would be making history in more ways than one. How would it be the first for Netflix in winning?
So it would be the first for Netflix in the Best Picture category. It would be the first movie that has never reported any box office, but it will also be the first foreign language film, which is interesting because the Academy nowadays has more foreigners or people who are educated outside the US than ever before. So we'll see how that plays into things.
I'm old enough to remember when a few freelance Egyptian journalists went out into Tahrir Square and shot a documentary, Al Midan, the Square, that won Netflix's first nomination at the Oscars. That's now 5 years ago or so.
Yes.
And now we're looking at a movie that's been start to finish funded and produced by Netflix. Is their model changing when it comes to acquisitions versus production? Clearly they're a distribution platform, but is that a massive change in their business model?
They're definitely trying to build relationships, long-term relationships with creatives, signing up creative filmmakers and others. And so you could see maybe Alfonso Cuarón in the future getting other filmmakers into that fold as well if he succeeds at the Oscars.
Now, what are the categories we should be watching out for? Where are the most heated races going to take place this year?
Well, a lot of my friends over in Hollywood are interested to see who wins the Best Director award. Alfonso Cuarón is one of the front runners there, but obviously Spike Lee, who is number one in a competitive category, getting a lot of support. So I think that will be one of the exciting
ones. And Glenn
ones.
Close?
Oh, Glenn Close. She's nominated for the 7th time and hasn't won ever in supporting or best actress category. So that's going to be a big one to watch. I predict she's going to walk away with this one.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.